eating 5 eggs every day might sound excessive. For decades, we were told eggs could clog your arteries, spike cholesterol, and increase heart disease risk. But modern research is revealing a very different story. So, what really happens if you eat 5 eggs a day? Will it damage your heart? Or could it actually improve your health? Let's break down the science, the myths, and what happens inside your body. Eggs became controversial mainly because of cholesterol. One large egg contains about 185 milligrams of cholesterol, almost all of it in the yolk. In the past, doctors believed that eating cholesterol directly raised cholesterol levels in the blood. Because of this, health guidelines used to recommend limiting eggs to just a few per week. But here's the important part. Your body actually produces most of its own cholesterol in the liver. When you eat more cholesterol from food, your body often compensates by producing less. Modern research now shows that for most healthy people, dietary cholesterol has only a small effect on blood cholesterol levels. In fact, many experts now consider eggs one of the most nutritious foods available. Let's start with the nutrients. 5 eggs provide a powerful combination of nutrients your body needs every day. You would get roughly 30 grams of high-quality protein, healthy fats that support hormone production, vitamin B12 for brain and nerve function, vitamin D, which supports bone health, choline, a nutrient crucial for the brain and liver. In fact, eggs are one of the best sources of choline, a nutrient many people don't get enough of. Choline helps support memory, metabolism, and liver health. 5 eggs also provide important antioxidants, such as lutein and zeaxanthin, which help protect your eyes from age-related damage. This means eating eggs regularly may actually help support eye health and reduce the risk of macular degeneration. So, from a nutrition standpoint, eggs are incredibly dense in beneficial nutrients. But what about cholesterol? This is the concern most people still have. Research shows something surprising. For many people, eating eggs can actually increase HDL cholesterol, often called the good cholesterol. HDL helps remove excess cholesterol from the bloodstream and transport it back to the liver. At the same time, eggs may shift LDL particles toward larger, less harmful types. Why does this matter? Because not all LDL cholesterol is equally dangerous. Smaller, dense LDL particles are more strongly linked to heart disease, while larger particles are considered less risky. Several studies have found that eating eggs does not increase heart disease risk in healthy individuals. However, there are exceptions. People with type 2 diabetes or certain metabolic conditions may respond differently and should discuss egg intake with their healthcare provider. Eating eggs daily may actually provide several benefits. First, eggs are incredibly satiating. Because they contain protein and fat, they help you feel full for longer, which may reduce overall calorie intake during the day. Studies have shown that people who eat eggs for breakfast often eat fewer calories later compared with those who eat high-carbohydrate breakfasts. Second, eggs support muscle maintenance. The protein in eggs contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein source. This is particularly important for older adults, since muscle loss naturally increases with age. Third, eggs support brain health. Thanks to their choline content, eggs play a role in producing acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in memory and learning. Even though eggs are healthy, context matters. Eating 5 eggs daily could be excessive if your overall diet is already very high in saturated fat. You have specific cholesterol disorders, or you rely on eggs while ignoring other nutritious foods. Health is rarely about a single food. A balanced diet should still include vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and whole foods. Another factor is how the eggs are prepared. Boiled or poached eggs are very different from eggs cooked in large amounts of butter or processed oils. Cooking methods can significantly affect the overall health impact of the meal. Another important question people often ask is whether eating eggs every day could cause nutrient overload. Interestingly, eggs are very balanced nutritionally. Even when someone eats several eggs per day, the nutrients they provide remain well within safe limits for most healthy individuals. For example, the protein in eggs is highly bioavailable, meaning the body can easily digest and use it. This is one of the reasons eggs are often used as the gold standard when scientists measure protein quality. Eggs also contain small amounts of nearly every vitamin and mineral the body needs, which is why they are sometimes referred to as a complete food. But variety still matters. While eggs provide many nutrients, they do not contain everything the body requires in optimal amounts. For example, eggs are low in vitamin C and fiber, which are important for immune health and digestion. This is why nutrition experts emphasize building meals around a variety of whole foods. For instance, pairing eggs with vegetables like spinach, tomatoes, or peppers can significantly increase the nutritional value of the meal. Adding whole grain toast or avocado can also provide fiber and healthy fats that complement the nutrients found in eggs. Another factor to consider is individual response. Some people are what researchers call hyper responders to dietary cholesterol. In these individuals, cholesterol levels may rise more noticeably when consuming large amounts of cholesterol-rich foods. However, even in these cases, research often shows that the ratio between good HDL cholesterol and LDL cholesterol remains balanced, which is an important marker for heart health. So the key takeaway is that eggs themselves are rarely the problem. Instead, the overall dietary pattern and lifestyle habits tend to play a much larger role in long-term health. There's also a practical side to eating eggs every day that often gets overlooked: consistency. One of the biggest challenges in maintaining a healthy diet is not knowing what to eat on a daily basis. Eggs offer a simple, reliable option that requires minimal preparation while still delivering high nutritional value. Because of this, many people find that including eggs regularly helps them stick to healthier eating patterns over time. However, it's important to pay attention to what eggs might be replacing in your diet. For example, swapping a highly processed breakfast, like sugary cereals or pastries, for eggs can significantly improve overall nutrition and stabilize energy levels throughout the day. On the other hand, adding eggs on top of an already calorie-dense diet without adjusting other foods may not provide the same benefits. Another point to consider is long-term sustainability. While eating 5 eggs a day may work well for some people, others might find it repetitive or difficult to maintain. Nutrition is not just about what is optimal on paper, but what is realistic in everyday life. In many cases, a slightly lower intake, such as 1 to 3 eggs per day, combined with a diverse diet may be easier to maintain while still providing most of the benefits. Finally, it's worth mentioning that overall lifestyle plays a major role in how your body responds to food. Factors like physical activity, sleep quality, stress levels, and overall calorie intake can all influence heart health and metabolism. This means that no single food, including eggs, will determine your health outcomes on its own. Instead, eggs should be viewed as one piece of a much larger picture, one that includes balanced nutrition, regular movement, and sustainable habits over time. So is eating 5 eggs every day safe or risky? For most healthy people, eggs are not the villain they were once believed to be. They provide high-quality protein, essential nutrients, and can support fullness, muscle health, and brain function. However, the key is balance. Eggs can absolutely be part of a healthy diet, but they should be combined with varied whole foods and healthy lifestyle habits. And if you have concerns about cholesterol or heart disease risk, it's always wise to discuss dietary choices with a healthcare professional. Because when it comes to nutrition, the full picture matters more than any single food.